Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Trick Style, and I want you to consensually press that like button. Today, I have a Relinquished deck profile, and let me get started by saying that the extra deck is not complete, right? So, what I need to add in here is Verte Anaconda. I'm gonna get those sometime this week or next week. But the other space that I have in here is what it is. So we have 3 Relinquished. You're gonna go ahead, ritual this guy out. Once per turn, he gets to suck up one of your opponent's monsters and gains attack and defense according to the monster equipped to him. Now, when he's about to be destroyed, you could go ahead and destroy the equipped monster and leave Relinquish on the field. So you're probably going to have to get at him twice. And we are playing 3 copies of Millennium Eyes Illusionist. Quick effect. You can discard this card, then target one effect monster your opponent controls. Equip that target to an Eyes Restrict fusion monster or Relinquish you control as if it were equipped by that monster's effect. If an Eyes Restrict fusion monster or Relinquish is special summon and this card is in the graveyard, add this card from your graveyard to your hand. This is not optional. You can only use each effect of Millennium Eyes Illusionist once per turn. So soon as you special summon either Eyes Restrict or Relinquish, this guy is in your graveyard. He has to come back to your hand no matter what. No ifs, ands, or buts. Then we have 2, mind you, the 10,000 hands. I was playing a triplet of them, and then I was like, bro, you're not doing anything. You're not doing it, son. So it went from a triplet to twins, and that's how I'm going to keep it because, yeah, he just wasn't doing it. And I'm playing 3 copies of Predaplant Orpheus Scorpio. If this card is normal or special summon, you can send 1 monster from your hand to the graveyard, special summon 1 Predaplant monster from your deck, except Predaplant Orpheus Scorpio. You can only use this effect of Predaplant Orpheus Scorpio once per turn. So normally what I want to go ahead and pitch for in the graveyard is either the Millennium Eyes Illusionist or the Illusionist Faceless Magician, or even Relinquish. You know, depending on what my hand is actually looking like. And here's our target, Predaplant Darling Cobra. Soon as this card is special summoned, you could go ahead and get 1 polymerization spell or fusion spell from your deck to your hand. All right, let's get this out. Then we have 2 tour guides from the underworld. When this card is normal summon, special summon 1 level 3 fiend type monster from your hand or deck. And what we looking for? We looking for Sangan, baby. We looking for Sangan. We trying to get him on the field, and we trying to get him into the grave because we're trying to get pretty much access to our entire deck. You know, this Sangan is gonna look for basically our entire deck. And we have Kinkabyo, cannot be special summoned. When this card is normal summon or flip face up, you can target 1 level 1 monster in your graveyard. So that could basically be your Millennium Eyes Restrict. It could be your 1,000 Eyes Restrict, or it could be your Relinquish. And special summon that target, but banish it when this card leaves the field. Once per turn during the end phase, if this card was normal summon or flip face up, return it to the hand. So it does have recurrence. Illusionist Faceless Magician. If a face up Eyes Restrict fusion monster or Relinquish you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon this card from your graveyard or your hand. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you could target 1 Eyes Restrict fusion monster or Relinquish in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only use each effect of Illusionist, Faceless, Magician once per turn. So that's basically it for the monster. And let's get right into the spells. I am playing 3 black illusion rituals because we want that in our hand. We want it. We got to get it somehow, right? So come on, let's get it. Then 3 relinquished fusion. This card can either be offensive, defensive, depending on what kind of board your opponent set up or what kind of hand you have. But basically, you're gonna banish this and use either the Millennium Eyes Restrict materials from your hand, field, or graveyard. And when this card is in the graveyard, you could go ahead and banish it and suck up a monster and attach it to your Millennium Eyes Restrict. Then we got 3 copies of Super Poly. We're trying to go either offensive, defensive. The card is just gonna work. Then 3 copies of Polymerization. All right, so this Poly card, right? Basically, if my opponent activates a card that destroys a spell, I'm gonna be like, bro, this is a magic card. This ain't a spell card. I'm gonna try to confuse him on that. I'm gonna try to confuse him and see if he goes for it. If he doesn't, then it is what it is. It's Poly. Then we have pre-preparation of rites. This is basically gonna grab a ritual spell from the deck to the hand and add 1 ritual monster from the deck or graveyard to your hand listed on that ritual spell. So definitely we want to see these as soon as possible. Then we got preparation of rites. I was playing multiple of these, but the problem was I never had no targets, especially in the graveyard. So I definitely want to see pre-preparation of rites before seeing this card. So that's why I just bumped it down to just 1. Then we got Instant Fusion, Foolish Burial, 3 copies of Allure of Darkness, and 3 copies of Call by the Grave because, you know, we don't want to be hand trapped and we can try to disrupt some of our opponent's plays. Now for the extra deck, mind you, I did say that I don't have Verte Anaconda and Cross Sheep yet, and you definitely want those. So these cards I'm just playing is 3 Millennium Eyes Restrict, 1,000 Eyes Restricts. For our Super Poly targets, we have Mud Dragon of the Swamp, Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, Diplexa Chimera, Predaplant Drag, I'm not going to say the whole name, 2 copies of Anima, and Rewitch Apprentice. Alright, guys. That's basically the structure deck. The structure deck? What the heck am I saying? That's basically the deck I structured. There we go. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment. Press that like button. And let me know what you think. Alright? So, without further ado, bye! Alright, so let's go ahead. Let's try out some test hands. I already shuffled the deck. I like doing these for the simple fact that even though you could do the 2-card combo or the 3-card combo or 1-card combo, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not always that you're going to have the cards that you need in your hand. So, let's just do a little test hand. Okay, so this actually isn't too bad. Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna activate Orpheus Scorpio. We're gonna go ahead and search out the Darling Cobra. Let's go ahead and find that. Right. So we got Cobra onto the field. My fault. I'm supposed to pitch this Sandgan for the cost of bringing out this Orpheus Scorpio, activating the effect. Now we're going to activate the effect of Darling Cobra. Now this is our hand, so I'm going to go ahead and go look for the Relinquished Fusion card. Now that this is my hand, this is the field, this is the grave. If I had Cross Sheep right about now, this is when I would summon her. But I don't at the moment, so let's go ahead and we're gonna go into Wee Witch Apprentice. We're gonna link these off. We're gonna get Wee Witch Apprentice. I am going to activate Relinquished Fusion. Right, we're gonna go ahead and banish Relinquish from the hand and the Sangan to bring out Millennium Eyes Restrict. I'm gonna go ahead and activate Allure of Darkness just to see. 1, 2, and I gotta discard 1 card, so I'm gonna make that Orpheus Scorpio, and this is gonna be, I'm gonna set this one face down, Cobra, and this is basically gonna be my end hand. So not too bad. Soon as my opponent activates an effect, I'm gonna go ahead and well, depending on the situation, I'm gonna activate Millennium Eyes Restrict effect, suck up that monster, and then also I have this in the grave. So soon as a effect monster comes on board, boom, I'm taking it. So that's 2 monsters that I could potentially take on my opponent's turn. Alright, let's go ahead and we're gonna try out another hand. Okay, alright, so just finished shuffling this deck again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's see what we end up with. Alright, not the greatest. Not the greatest. This is what we're going to go ahead and do. We are going to activate pre-preparation of rights. We're going to go ahead and look for Relinquished. There we go. So we look for Relinquished. There's no card in our graveyard, so we can't use that part of the effect, but we already have Black Illusion Ritual on our hand. We can go ahead and hit this Super Poly, fusion these off, and still end up with Millennium Eyes Restrict on board. But if our opponent goes straight into the damage phase, you know, we're screwed. And set this, and basically that is it. So not quite. The other video we had a way better hand. So not quite what we're trying to go for, but you know, like I said, nothing ever goes right, or not everything is gonna go right whenever you're having these duels. So I've always wanted to build a Relinquished deck. Relinquish is one of my favorite monster cards. I've never built a deck around Relinquish, to be honest, or Millennium Eyes or anything like that. The reason why I was introduced to Relinquish is because I love Toons so much. I got Pegasus deck, and when I was introduced to Toons, that's when I was introduced to Relinquish, and I was like, damn, this monster is dope. So now I get to finally make a deck around this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is just for casual play. You know, just chilling with some friends and stuff. You know, we ain't trying to go too hard or anything like that. Definitely got a better hand. I'm gonna go ahead and activate Orpheus Scorpio. I'm gonna pitch the Relinquish into the grave to bring out Darling Cobra. If we can find it somewhere. Where you at, darling? Oh, my darling. Oh, my darling. Special summon Darling. We're going to activate Darling's effect. We're going to get that Relinquished Fusion. Right? Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle the deck. We don't need to do that right now. So basically, this is still our hand. I'm gonna activate pre-prep to right because I want to get that. I kind of want to thin out my deck a little bit, but then also get another Relinquish back into my hand. So this is the graveyard. This is the field. Let's not get it twisted. So basically, this is my hand right here. And what I'm gonna do is, like I said, if you have Verta Anaconda, if you have Cross Sheep right now will probably be the better choice. But since not, I'm gonna go ahead and go into Wee Witch. Special summon Wee Witch. Activate Relinquished Fusion. And we're going to go ahead and banish, or for Scorpio, we're going to go ahead and banish Relinquish to bring out Millennium Eyes Restrict. This is going to be in the grave. This is basically my hand. Now, if I want to, I could just set this. I could activate Black Illusion Ritual, get rid of the Wee Witch, bring out Relinquish, and that's going to be my end board right here. While having the Relinquish Fusion. So as soon as the effect monster comes up, I could go ahead, suck it up, attach it to Relinquish. That way I could protect myself, keep Relinquish on the field as much as possible. And then also, once my opponent activates a monster effect, I could go ahead and suck that monster up. So, yeah, basically that's it. So, hope you guys enjoyed the vid. Give me a thumbs up. Don't give me that thumbs down. Oh, man. Come on, bro. Help a nigga out. You know what I'm saying? Help a brother out. Alright. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what's up. Let me know what you guys think. And peace out.